please do me a favor?
Yes.
Just out of respect.
Yes.
Can you give some space? Just give us a minute.
Absolutely.
You know, it's bad enough.
Absolutely.
It's hard enough.
Jennifer Garner just dropped a major truth bomb about Ben Affleck's struggles, and it's shaking things up in Hollywood. From their early days, through their rocky marriage, to their split, Jennifer has always been there for Ben. But now, with his addiction flaring up again, she is finally speaking out about how his relationship with Jennifer Lopez might be affecting his health. Stick around as we uncover the real story behind these Hollywood relationships and how they are affecting Ben Affleck's life.
I got sober when I was younger, in 2001, which I now look at as a sort of a JV version of what really the problem is. I was sober for a couple of years, and then I thought, you know, I want to just drink like a normal person, and I want to have wine at dinner and so on. And I was able to. I was able to for about 8 years.
So Jennifer Garner just dropped a bombshell about Ben Affleck's recent struggles, and it's got everyone in Hollywood talking. In a heartfelt chat, she hinted that the stress from his relationship with Jennifer Lopez might have played a big part in his relapse. Garner's comments were both sad and eye-opening, giving us a glimpse into the complicated journey Ben has faced with addiction. Sources say Garner thinks the intense media attention and the pressure of being back in the spotlight with Lopez really weighed on him. While everyone was celebrating their reunion like a fairy tale, behind the scenes, things were a lot messier. The constant spotlight and the demands of a high-profile relationship took a toll on his mental health. Rumors of tension between Affleck and Lopez started popping up, too. Their busy lives and the demands of their careers added extra stress, making it tough for Ben to stay sober. Despite his best efforts, the chaos of being famous again seemed to make things harder for him. Insiders have suggested that the pressure to meet different expectations and the constant scrutiny of their relationship created an environment that wasn't great for his recovery.
For me, seeing my dad he was drunk every day, and that was just life. And as that got worse, that was really, really painful. And I always said, that'll never be me. I'm never going to do that. I wish he had been sober during those formative years, but what he's taught me is how important it is for me to be sober now during these formative years for my kids.
For Ben, trying to stay sober in the middle of all this was a huge challenge. It took a toll not just on him, but also on people living close to him, especially Garner and their kids. Jennifer Garner, who has always been there for Ben during his battles with addiction, found herself facing the harsh reality of his relapse again. Their kids had to deal with the complexities of their dad's struggles while also navigating the public attention on their family. Now, Garner's worries were personal. She has been through this before and knows how devastating addiction can be. Her comments about his relapse weren't just about concern, they reflected the emotional weight this situation put on everyone. Watching a loved one relapse after working so hard to recover is a heavy burden for her to carry.
What was the hardest thing for you to be honest with yourself about?
That I was going to get divorced. That I never thought I was going to get divorced. I didn't want to get divorced. I didn't want to be a divorced person. I really didn't want to be a split family with my children. And it upset me because it meant I wasn't who I thought I was. And that was so painful and so disappointing.
In yourself?
In myself.
Well, Jennifer Lopez's role in Affleck's life has also been under a microscope, especially with his recent struggles. As a successful woman, her influence on Ben has been questioned. Some people think the pressures of their high-profile relationship might have added to his challenges. Jennifer Lopez's strong public persona also contrasts with the private realities of her relationship with Ben. While she has been there for him through tough times, keeping up a high-profile romance isn't easy. Their relationship was always in the spotlight, with every little thing they did being analyzed by the media. This kind of attention created a lot of pressure on both their relationship and on Ben himself. There has been a lot of speculation that the demands of being with Jennifer, along with the expectations of being a couple in the public eye, may have made things harder for him. Some insiders suggest that the fast-paced nature of their relationship and the need to always look perfect for the people might have been too much for him. The pressure to be the ideal partner and public figure could have created a tough environment for him to stay sober. Jennifer Lopez's impact on Affleck's life is undeniable, but whether it's been a positive or negative influence is still up for debate. While she brought love back into his life, the cost of that love might have been more than they expected. As someone who has battled addiction for a long time, being in a high-profile relationship likely made it even harder for Ben to stay on track. While Lopez probably wanted to support him, the reality of their situation may have added to his challenges.
I started to drink more and more and more, and it was really hard for me to accept that that meant I was an alcoholic. I was like, I can just go back. I was fine before. You know, I just need to take a break. I just need to slow down. I just need to, I'm okay. You know what I mean? This isn't me. And I started to drink every day. I come home from work and I start to drink, and I just sit there and drink till I pass out on the couch.
Ben Affleck has had a pretty tough time with addiction, and it has been a big part of his life story. He started struggling with alcohol and substance abuse when he was young, and as his career took off in Hollywood, so did his drinking. This created a wild cycle of ups and downs that really shaped his adult life. Over the years, Ben has been open about his issues, admitting how much addiction has affected both his career and personal life. He first went to rehab in 2001. That was a big moment for him as he tried to get a handle on his drinking. Even though he had some sober stretches, the fight wasn't over. Then came Jennifer Garner. They met while filming Pearl Harbor in 2000 and started dating in 2004, eventually tying the knot in 2005. Garner became a rock for Affleck, supporting him through his struggles with addiction. During their marriage, she played a huge role in helping him deal with his issues while also managing their family life. People close to them and even fans saw her as a positive influence on his road to recovery. Garner didn't just offer emotional support. In 2018, after they had separated but were still co-parenting, she stepped in when Ben Affleck's drinking got out of hand again. She drove him to rehab, showing that she still cared about his health and recovery even after their romantic relationship ended. This moment really shifted how the public viewed Affleck's journey, with many people believing that Garner's support was key to his recovery.
I want to tell you how I wish I had ended that speech, okay? I couldn't do any of the things I do without your support. You're my angel, my life, and my world.
For fans, Garner's involvement was seen as a loving gesture. She was often praised for her strength and for keeping things normal for their kids during the chaos. This image of her as the steady force in Ben's life became a big part of how people saw their relationship, both while they were married and after that. Then came the return of Jennifer. After spending 20 years apart, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's relationship became the hottest topic in Hollywood. Their relationship reignited in early 2021 after Ben broke up from Ana de Armas and Jennifer Lopez broke up with Alex Rodriguez. By mid-2021, everyone was buzzing about Ben and Lopez being back together, reminiscent of their early 2000s romance. But this reunion was a mixed bag for Ben. On one hand, it brought back everyone's fascination with them, turning them into tabloid stars again. Fans and the media were all about the idea of a second chance for the couple, who had originally called off their engagement in 2004 due to media pressure. But with that attention came a ton of stress, not just for their relationship but for Ben as well. Jumping back into the spotlight with Jennifer Lopez brought back memories of the intense media scrutiny that had strained their relationship before. This time, the stakes were even higher. Ben wasn't just a seasoned actor. He was also a guy who had fought hard against addiction and was trying to stay sober in the crazy world of Hollywood. Fans' obsession with Jennifer added a new layer of pressure, with every little thing they did being analyzed for signs of trouble. Behind the scenes, Jennifer Garner was also worried about Ben diving back into such a high-profile relationship. Having seen how fame and public attention affected him, she had real concerns about how it could impact his sobriety. Her worries weren't just about the relationship itself, but also about the intense environment that came with it, full of pressure and the risk of relapse. Garner's concerns were valid. The bright lights and constant attention could easily trigger someone with Ben Affleck's history. And the return of Jennifer meant those pressures were back in full swing. The couple was constantly followed by paparazzi. This level of exposure, combined with his past struggles, created a perfect storm of stress that could threaten the stability he had worked so hard to achieve. Meanwhile, Jennifer Garner, who had spent years helping Affleck fight his demons, now found herself on the sidelines, watching as her ex-husband stepped back into a world that could put his hard-earned sobriety at risk. Fans have also shared their opinions on this entire situation via social media platforms. A person commented saying, "I wish Jennifer Garner could stop worrying about Ben. It's selfish of Ben to lean on her. Jennifer Garner does not deserve this stupid, selfish behavior from Ben." Another one wrote, "Unfortunately, Garner has children with Ben. She helps him because her children need a healthy father." So, what do you think? Is Jennifer Lopez really to blame for Ben Affleck's relapse, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? I would love to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on the latest celebrity news, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.